Hey guys, so I've spoken today with Rach, Kate and Claire all about this, but I know that some of you have also had questions about this too and received an email from Jeannie about the whole submitting work dilemma in terms of generating assignments, like what is an assignment and what's not an assignment. And basically it seems like we're all searching for a solution which is to have an easy, non-confusing Dropbox almost inside LMS, so that in theory, if you were to like put a document onto the LMS and be like, complete this worksheet, and you want like a place to be like, upload it here. And up until this stage, we thought that the only two options were to create an assignment or assessment, both of which aren't ideal because it could result in like this huge backlog of like assignments for students to do. So I'm just going to show you another option which I think could actually save the day. It's to utilize Turnitin by LMS. So I'm just going to share my screen with you. This is a new LMS page that I'm going to use next term for Geo, and I'll just show you how to do it. So basically you've got your page here, you need to click on manage class and then class settings. Everyone will need to do this for every class that you manage. It's not enabled by default, and hit features. Okay, and then scroll down to this weird thing, LTI and SCORM, and you want to hit add. Fantastic. And then move that. You can get out of that. It's going to nothing. And then basically, let's say I'm on this page and I want to create a content block. You'll now see, this is all the same. Message activity, this is activated. FYI, you do the same thing if you want to activate polls. So manage class, features, add polls, and then it will be activated. I don't know why they don't all just come standard. Anyway, so you click on LTI and Storm. This is confusing, like get rid of that. Don't do that. Don't do this, do Turnitin. Turn it in. And let's say it's, I'm just thinking if this is like for you, Rach, like artwork progress, and let's say you're like, I want them to upload a screenshot of their artwork like once a week, right? So you're like week 2 to week 3, whatever. Okay, save and configure. Okay, this is just gonna load. You'll get something that looks like this. It's sort of redirecting you to an internal Turnitin widget. So now this has been auto-filled. You probably just want to leave this, I don't know, just leave that. Start date should be standard from whenever you set it. Due date, you just need to set that for whenever you want it kind of due. Don't worry if you're thinking, I want to allow for like late submission. You can actually do that later. Just schedule the due date as the actual due date, and you can still hit a feature that allows students to submit it after that due date a bit later on. So that's fine. This one's really important to pay attention to, feedback release date here. You kind of want to set this like super duper into the future, like, because basically that will it's almost like a notification or whatever, like that it's, that they can view the feedback. I don't know, whatever, leave that. Optional settings. You need to go here, and here there's a few things to select. So you must make sure that allow submission of any file type is there. You can leave this as just standard paper, whatever. Allow late submissions. You can enable grammar if you want to, or maybe you don't care. Select obviously UK English if that's the case. Don't attach a rubric. It's a little bit confusing. So here are just some things. So this is basically a plagiarism checker by nature. So that's sort of an added bonus, but might not be very useful to you if they're actually just submitting an artwork. That's fine. So you can just leave that there. Whatever it is, maybe if you just think, if I was to get them to submit like an extended piece of writing, and I do want to check that they haven't just copied something off a website, then you can select that. Don't be afraid of all these settings, because you can just go save these settings for future use. So just make sure you check that, and that means that they'll be auto-filled next time you do this. So it's kind of like a little bit of labor at first. Make sure that you hit submit here before you hit publish. So hit submit, settings saved. Beautiful, publish. And then it's going to redirect you back to like LMS, yeah? So now we're here, students can take this activity anytime. Allow late submissions for, you can specify there. So I'm going to probably say a week, yeah? Whatever. Ignore, you have to choose where you want it. So I'm going to put it in place and livability. And I recommend doing it as a link. It will open in a new window. Purely just my experience with iPads tells me that the less stuff that is embedded, the less it like freaks out. So yeah, I would do link, finish. And then you're going to end up basically on your page with functionally a Dropbox. Yeah, so they can click on that and upload. I can't actually show you what it looks like from the student's end because it's, which is actually like is a necessary evil of a good thing. Because it's run through LMS, it means that it automatically registers that you are a teacher. So you can click on this as well, and it will show you the teacher screen rather than you know, the student. So there's no like fluffing around with like the student link versus the teacher link. There you go. And so once people have uploaded it there, I have not experienced this, so I don't know what it looks like, but essentially the assignments will, you know, the things that are uploaded will appear here. This is a really handy feature, online grading report. There's lots of cool features to play around with there as well. It basically is going to give you, much like if you've ever done any grading through Google Classroom, it's basically got like, you know, the work on one side, and then you can create even a comment bank. Like you could enter in like all the success criteria, and you can literally like drag it and drop it onto the paper where it's relevant, which is kind of cool. So if you were literally doing an artwork, it could be like, vibrant colors, lots of texture. I don't know, studying Ben Quilty paintings, right? And then you kind of go, oh, I'm dragging that literally onto your picture. I assume that's how it's worked because I've seen that happen with an essay. I haven't seen it happen with an image, but I assume that's how it works. So this could potentially solve a lot of our problems because it's like an internal Dropbox. It's, the work will sort of just live here, and then you can check it here, and bonus, it then does not appear in the assignments page. So then when the kid goes back to, if I can get to it, back to their, here, you'll notice they go to activities, assignments, none. Yeah, so that means that they can actually, they probably won't be confused by that. So it's its own little tab. So all the things that they'll have to submit for class time will be in a totally separate activity, and you can manage it, you can delete it. If you're really concerned that students are just getting overwhelmed by it, you can literally just delete it later on. So it doesn't appear in their kind of list of to do. Like if they're using assignments as a way of like organizing themselves to be like, what are all the things that I need to submit to you? I've noticed that already some Year 8 students are doing that. They're going to assignments and being like, here's all the things that I need to submit. It won't appear there. So that's a bonus. So hopefully that's helpful for you. I'm certainly going to use that for any kind of Dropbox type things that I need.